What's up, legends? We are working on a bunch of different cars in this one. I'm just going to do a quick job on my stator. I just went to pull it off the hoist and the battery's fully flat, but the boys next door sell batteries, so I just went and grabbed one of these dual core batteries, 680 cranking amps. I don't really know much about batteries, but it's meant to be a good battery. Yeah, so I'm going to take that out and chuck that in there, and then I'll take the battery that's in the car out and take it and put it on charge. And then I'm going to use that as my jump pack battery, because it's actually a good battery, but for whatever reason it just doesn't love it anymore. I think it's just a bit old. So yeah, we're going to charge that up and then just keep that as a spare battery to be able to jump start people's cars. But then after that, we have quite an intense weekend coming up, because it's really from Friday night to Saturday night that's going to be hectic. But yeah, we've got Stato, then I've got a car coming in tonight to get a 373 LSD put in it, and then we've got to program the speedo roughly, because I want to usually drive up and down the highway with the GPS on to get the speedo perfect, but I'm not sure what the go is with this front end process, but I'm not allowed to do over 80 Ks in it for the first 1000 Ks. I'm not really sure what the go is with that. Maybe it's legit, I've just never heard of it before. But yeah, so I'm going to get it roughly right for the customer so that he can drive it and do 1000 Ks in it, and then he's going to come back and we'll program it properly. But we'll get the PPK as close as I can just off memory and work that one out, and then that way he's good to go. And then I've got a WRX coming in for guard rolling all around, and we're going to have to touch up some of the guards because he's either hit or damaged a guard or something, and some paint's flaked off. So I just said get some paint and we'll touch that up. And then there is a Lexus, I think it was, coming in to get coilovers all around and guard rolling, get it sitting real nice. And then I think that's it, but it's not a lot of cars, but they're all kind of bigger jobs. And then obviously by the time I'm the person that does the phone calls, I'm the person that deals with customers that come in, I'm doing the work, I'm doing the filming. Yeah, you can quickly double however long it takes to do a normal job, and that's how long it'll take me by the time I film it and stuff. So yeah, it's going to be an intense weekend, but it's good. Get lots of customers in the door. It's the second last weekend for my $2,500 giveaway. So yeah, anyone that comes and gets work done this week or next week, or buy some merch online, whatever, will get their entries. By the time you guys are seeing this, it'll pretty much be closed, I think. But yeah, unfortunately, you'll just have to wait till the next one. So the next one's going to be a bit bigger. Got some new D's in the works, but I'm going to have a break because I've just done 2 giveaways. I did a $1,500 giveaway, and then I've done this $2,500 giveaway. And as you guys know, I'm only a small business, so some people might not understand, but that is a lot, just as much money to me as it is to anyone else. So yeah, I'm going to have a little bit of break, probably till the end of January maybe, and then I'm going to run another giveaway after that. But anyway, let's get into it. Alright, it is dark as outside, midnight. I've done really well. I just got stuck into this as soon as the customer dropped it off. I've got the old diff out, new diff in, all filled up with oil. I've run it just slightly on the hoist just so I could make sure that it wasn't, buggered straight away or anything. It all seems to be fine. I've changed the PPK to roughly what I think it will need for the speedo to be right. I was about to clean up my tools and then take it for a drive, but I think the smarter thing to do would be to take it for a drive first. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to put it on the hoist, this thing, because I have to jack it up. But I've got to put 3 cars in here tonight, so I'm going to need to have that back on the hoist. But I'm going to need to put something on the hoist, but it doesn't necessarily need to be that. I guess there's no real reason for that to go back on the hoist unless we need to put it back on the hoist for anything, because I've double checked everything as well. So after I rounded it up, I put it back up and checked over everything seems good. So yeah, I think I'll move my stato out the way and then put the banner back up, put the door back up, move the stato out the way, and we'll take this for a quick test drive. Very slight noise when turning, but it could be just because it's bedding in. When it's going straight, there's no noises at all, but when the diff's under a bit of load turning, it seems to make just the slightest noise. Say it's just because it's bedding in. Should probably put my windows up so I can hear the diff. Literally pulled out of my factory and onto the main road, and there's a highway patrol car sitting there, so hoping he doesn't follow me. Yeah, it seems you're driving well. Just try not to go above 80 as they said. I'll just turn around here, just got a couple little drives. I might try and I'm just going to put the camera down for a bit and try and bring something up on my phone and lock it into the console here so that I can just check the GPS, make sure that I've got the right speedo. So I'm pretty happy with that. I didn't film much on the test drive because, as I said, as I went to pull out of my factory onto the main road, there was a cop car there, so I thought, well, the stupidest thing I can do is had my camera mounted. Wasn't touching my camera, but if I had been touching my camera, it would have been a bad time to be touching my camera. But it was fully mounted on the dash. But I still thought, because there's cops around, it's just been no, naughty. Yeah, it drives good. It just, when I do a hard right, hard left turn, you just get a tiny noise from the diff. And I don't know whether that's just because it's breaking in, but yeah, it's been 10 years since I've played with this sort of stuff, so I just don't remember. I actually built a few diffs for myself back in the day, but yeah, most of the diffs I've ever had have been lockers. So yeah, LSDs I've only ever bought really second-hand ones and put them in. I've never had a brand new LSD, so it could just be, that's just what it's like. Don't know, we'll find out. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is put some cars in here. I'm trying to decide what car to take home. I know it's a hard choice, got a few cars. But I'm not going to take the mini truck because I just think, because it's like Christmas time and cops and stuff, probably not the best car to be driving around at night time. I mean, I might take a stator home because I put the new battery in it, so be interesting to see whether the headlights play up with the subs. I reckon it was the battery that's buggered because I've had it on charge. I've just taken it off because I thought I'll see whether I can turn it off and put it back on. Let me plug that back in. But yeah, I've had it on charge all afternoon and it hasn't been able to put a full charge on it. So I'm thinking maybe the battery's just not holding full charge anymore, or whether there's something wrong with it or whatever. Again, I don't really know much about batteries, but yeah. The new battery, I tested the head, had the high beams on and stuff in the stator with the subs playing just in here, and it was fine. But obviously it's going to be different when you're on the highway and the car's under load and whatnot. So yeah, I reckon I'll chuck the mini truck on the hoist, because yeah, I reckon I'll chuck the mini truck on the hoist, put the stator under the Calais underneath it, and then we can put the VY in the front here, and then that way I can just give it a check over tomorrow. And I might even tell the customer he's welcome to pick it up and go for a bit of a cruise tomorrow night, so that he can rack up some Ks on it and just check it out, because I'm pretty happy with it so far. And yeah, we've set up, we're good. That went well. That's probably, I didn't want to say anything throughout the video because I didn't want to jinx myself, but I mean, I probably still could jinx myself now because it hasn't been run in. But I mean, the diff side of it, if there's something wrong with the diff, that's nothing to do with me. As far as the install of the diff, it was probably one of the best ones I've ever done, because sometimes those top bolts can be real hard to undo, and everything was it was firm, but everything was good. Even the axle bolts that sometimes are easy to strip because they're full of gunk and stuff, I just took the time to clean them out and whack the fitting into it, so it was all bedded in properly, and yeah, it all went well. Take a little bit more time and things go easily. But anyway, I'm gonna call it for now, and I'll see you guys in the morning when we are working on the next car. Alright legends, so it is 9 o'clock in the morning, already back here. I just finished up on that silver VY, diff's all in. I've got it calibrated pretty good as far as the speed on stuff, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to text him and tell him he's right to pick that up. So I'm getting some Ks on it. Yeah, I didn't leave here last night until about 1. I got home about 1:30, and then yeah, it's 9 o'clock now and I'm back here working. So yeah, I'm still waiting on the cars to get dropped off that I'm working on today, but I thought better to be in, make sure his car's all good. And then, yeah, I'm set up ready to go. As soon as his cars get dropped off, we can just power into them. So, yeah, anyway, I'm going to jump on the computer now and just sort of check out a few things and tidy up the shop. And then as soon as the cars are here, we'll be into it. Alright, so we have this WRX in to roll the guards, and we have some guard damage that we've got to deal with before we can actually roll the guards. But yeah, so I'll give you a quick look at that. As you can see, this is what happens when you don't roll your guard and you've got a lowered car with wide wheels. When you're turning, what would happen here is you've been turning right and the wheels grabbed and then pulled that down. So you come in and out of a driveway too steep or something, and then bang, 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 that's what happens. I've seen these a lot worse, but I'll be able to fix that, no worries. But then you've got this side, unfortunately, it's done the same. Not quite as bad here, but it's done it to the point that it's broken the paint here. It's obviously breaking that for a while too. Back's not looking too bad. They'll be fine, roll them around. Don't think we'll have any problems from the rears, but as you can see, the fronts have had some damage. But yeah, like I said, this is what happens when you don't roll your guard. Get your guards rolled, which is why you should get them done straight away, as soon as you're going to lower your car, put bigger wheels on it, you should just get your guards rolled prior, and then it's safe, because it'll rub against the side of it rather than pulling it down. And tyre shine is a big key too. If your car's wheels are getting close to your guards, tyre shine will help. I'm not going to lie, even just pulling this thing into the factory, a little bit jealous. I'm really looking forward to eventually one day getting my Rexy back, because I just love Rexys. They're so fun. It's got such a cool note, and popping and crackling, and I just can't wait to get mine back. But anyway, let's get into it. I've just chewed out the thread on my guard roll. This is quite a common occurrence. You always got to cut the nuts off, cut the handle, like the thread, and then weld a new nut on, and then go again. But unfortunately, when you're doing it up and undoing it as much as I do, you end up chewing them out. So let's just we'll take this off the car and yeah, cut off this nut and weld another nut on there, and then we'll get back into it. You can hear the polisher next door. I've got Stodgy in there detailing my Land Rover because I just went on a trip, and somewhere along the trip I picked up a heap of tar and it threw down the side of the car, and I've been wanting to get that thing cut and polished anyway because it was quite faded in spots and I don't think it's ever been done. So yeah, it's actually, so far it's coming up really, really nice, and it's going to looking like a new car. But anyway, yeah, the day just got past me. I was meant to be doing both these cars today, but I just had so many people come in and chat today, which I love having a chat with people, but yeah, I'm not where I always thought I was going to be. So I'm going to start getting things ready on the Lexus and then sort of get my head around what I got to do tomorrow. We have this Lexus behind me. It's come in, have these huge wheels, and he's got to slam it on some Tein coilovers. And yeah, the guards got to be rolled to suit, and the wheels are huge, especially on the front. The back shouldn't be too bad, bit of a roll, lower it down, see how we go. But the fronts are going to be a lot of work. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going to go on there or what sort of adjustability they have as far as factory camber and whatnot. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Anyway, let's get into it. So I'm just about to start rolling the guards on the back left side, and I've seen that it's probably going to be hard for me to get this on camera, but there's a paint run basically from here to here. You can see that the paint, like, they put it on real wet and it's sagged down on this edge here, which is suspicious, which means that obviously there's been a painted guard on this car. So then I usually always rub my hands on the inside of the guards before I start rolling, and on the inside of this it's just like ripply as. So I'm fairly confident that there's about 10 mil of bog from about here to there. Yeah, feel like if I just feel with the thickness of my fingers, because the other side is 2 bits of steel flat on each other. Yeah, and this one's all dinted in. So I think it must have had some sort of hit in the side here, and they've filled the whole quarter panel with bog. And yeah, now I get the joyous time of trying to roll this and not crack it. So let's see how we go. considering how much bog is in this quarter panel, I think that went actually surprisingly well. Don't worry about the red dot on my head, I've had the GoPro on, but what I'm going to do with this is I could flake this bog out, because that would fall off very, very easily. And then just put touch-up paint on it. But what I'm going to try, if I've got some, I've got to see if I've got some, but get some black silicone and we'll just wipe it in and wipe it off. And it'll just fill the gaps. And at least that'll hold it in place for now. And he can get it, he's going to get the rear quarters painted because the other side's got dents and shit on it. He didn't know that this side had bog, I don't think, but he was fully aware that he was going to have to do some paint work on this car. But yeah, he's obviously not going to be able to get that done over Christmas because it's we're like a week away from being Christmas. So what I'll do is I'll try and neaten this up and hold it so it's going to hold together, because if I do nothing about this, this is all going to fall off and just look crap. Whereas at least if I can wipe some silicone in there, I figure it's going to hold it together for now. It's not an ideal repair, but it'll do just to get him out of strife. I've done the front two guards, they went awesome. The right hand guard has had repairs, but hopefully it's not as bad as this side. This side I was very worried about from the start because, like I said, there's ripples on the inside of this guard, so I knew that there'd been damage in there, and I could hear that there was bog in the quarter, so I was kind of waiting for this to happen, but all in all it actually didn't go too bad considering it's full of bog. Yeah, we'll just have to try and figure out whether we can, if I've got no black silicone, I think I'll just use some touch-up paint in there. But hopefully I've got some black silicone because I can force it in there and sort of it'll help glue it together just for the moment. So that'll get him a couple of weeks until January, and then he can get it painted. But yeah, this is why if I ask you guys, has the car had repairs? You know, some people don't know it's had repairs. I've had quite a few customers where I put it in the hoist because once I got it at head height, I can always tell if it's had a repair. But when it's outside in the sun and stuff, sometimes it's not as easy to see. But yeah, I've had a few customers you put on the hoist and you go, sorry man, this car's been in a prank. And they're like, what? They have no idea. So yeah, I hate being the bearer of bad news. And the last thing I want to do is have a guard crack, which I never get. But if there's bog in the quarter, everyone's going to get it because BOG don't flex. Anyway, let me jump upstairs and see whether I've got some black silicone. But otherwise, we'll just have to do what we can with some touch-up paint. So it cracked really bad here. There's a big chunk that's about to fall off, but yeah, and it cracked basically the whole way along. This whole section's been made out of bog. So yeah, it cracked right along the edge there, but yeah, I've wiped some black silicone in it, and honestly, you probably wouldn't be able to tell from about here or further away. There is that chunk right there that looks pretty bad, but yeah, considering what that looked like a few seconds ago, that was like a really, really quick chop shop repair, that one. Don't really know if I should be showing you guys this, but I'm trying to be transparent about everything that happens at the shop. So if I'm doing something like this, well, this wasn't my fault, so I'm happy to fix it. But usually, yeah, I'll probably, whether I should be showing you guys it or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm very lucky this car's black, because if it was red or blue or something like that and it cracked that bad, you can't just wipe black silicone in it. So I think we're a little bit lucky of the color. We've got this guard rolled now, and it didn't go catastrophically bad, so yeah, I'll take that as a win, and we'll jump onto the other side, which is hopefully going to be a straightforward one. Hopefully, I think. Alright, so the driver's side rear guard has been rolled and come up perfect and was so straightforward. Plus side starting on the one that you know is going to be the worst is that the next one's going to be better. So yeah, smash this one out, that went all good. So now, yeah, let's start getting into the suspension. Alright, so we've got the car sitting down. I think it needs to go down a bit. We're obviously going to go down a lot more once we get these adjustable arms, but for him to be able to drive it for the interim, I don't think it can go down a lot more, but I'm thinking roughly about 10 mil, maybe 15 mil. I'll do some measurements and then, yeah, we'll go from there. But yeah, I reckon it can come down a little bit more at least for now. And then we got I really need a 4-post hoist. Unfortunately, I have the factory next door, but I've leased most of it to a mate of mine, and I now regret that because I did it when I was working 6 days a week. Now I only work 3 days a week, and I'm here the rest of the time. I actually could use 2 factories because, yeah, I wanted to set that up more as like fabrication and specialist suspension stuff, and then just having this as like more my generic workshop. But yeah, because if I had a 4-post, this job would be so much easier because I can check out just for getting my clearances and that. But anyway. Yeah, we'll do some measurements now, and then I reckon we'll chuck it down roughly another, I reckon, probably 15-20 mil. So I always have problems with people when it comes to setting the height of their coilovers because they can't tell me what they want. They sort of like, maybe they're shy about saying how low they want it. So in this time, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to put some tape on the tyre and mark the lines, which I've done here. So the little lines are 5 mil and the big lines are 10 mil. And so I've done that front and rear. And that way, I just sent pictures of him side on, so that he could tell me exactly where he wants it. And he marked it at 40 mil lower than it is now. And I was like, mate, that's not going to happen. I don't think you'll be able to ever drive it even with a camber kit. So I've agreed to lower it another 20, a lot more than 5. I've agreed to lower it another 20 and then see how it sits and send him some pictures. So look, I think we could maybe get a little bit more. Like, again, it's not for me, the style, but it's what he wants, so I want to try and make him happy. So let's adjust it down 20 mil and then yeah, see what's going on. I don't even think I'll be able to lower the front down. I think it's just going to be sitting on the tyre. But yeah, we'll adjust the front down and see how we go. Alright, so we've I sent him pictures. He wanted another 20 mil lower. I've adjusted it down. Let's see how we go. That's about where it was sitting factory. Then I had it band down to about there. That's where I had it. And then he wanted to go a bit lower. So we got the back down 20 mil. I think with the camber kit it'll work. But the front, it's sitting on the guard, but that will push out. But it's sitting on the bumper clip here. That's what's really stopping us. Once we've got the camber kit, it will be better, but I'm gonna see whether I can do something with this. I'm gonna see if I can do something with this bumper clip here a bit more, just to get that out further. Because if I can pull this out, that'll obviously pull that whole, it'll pull that whole section with it as well. My theory is if I can get any clearance without the camber kit, like at the back, it's got very little clearance, but it would roll, right? So by the time I can kick that tyre in, we should be right. The front is sitting on it. So I need to get it to the point that I could roll out straight. Not worried about turning for now, but if I can roll out straight, then from there we can camber it in, because he's happy for it to be fully cambered and whatnot. It's just a bit of it's a toy car for him, you know. But yeah, let's put the car up. I'm just gonna have a bit of a better look at everything, just to get my head right around what I need to do. But then we'll put the car back up and we'll start doing some more mods, I think. All right, legends, I'm going to end this episode here. I've still got more to do on the guards on this thing, and then we've got the camber arms coming in, but it sounds like we're going to have them before Christmas. So, yeah, this will be a part 2 to this, which will be in the next episode. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys watching. If you need work like this done to your car, be sure to hit me up. And until then, I'll see you on the next one.